battle for Middle-earth is about to begin.
So it begins.
Send these foul beasts into the abyss!
Welcome to the Zorbazor Battle Games in Middle-earth livestream. In this series, we cast our gaze back in time to the roots of our beloved Middle-earth strategy battle game to explore the fortnightly magazine serial Battle Games in Middle-earth. Each episode, we will delve into a single issue, poring over a treasure trove of retro gaming, following in-depth painting guides, terrain tutorials, and some crazy battle reports, all with a modern twist so you guys can enjoy them in your games at home. With each installment, we'll also focus on a release of models that accompanied the magazine, following their journey from painting bench to tabletop, and then at the end of every live stream, they'll be randomly assigned to one of our loyal Patreons to continue their days of gaming abroad, spreading the gospel of Zorbazorb. So, in the immortal words of the magazine itself, let battle commence. Welcome to Zorbazorb Gaming, my name's Lachlan Linton Keane, and welcome to a very special edition of the Battle Games in Middle-earth livestream. As of like 15 minutes ago, I totally changed what we were doing. We were supposed to be continuing our normal series and painting Samwise the Brave, but he's gonna have to wait until next fortnight, because I thought it's pre-order weekend, and well, I didn't think. I actually stole the idea from someone. Someone commented on one of my Facebook posts promoting the stream, I think it was Frederick, that I should be doing some Dol Guldur stuff. It's pre-order weekend. Dol Guldur is now on pre-order as of yesterday, and there you go. You can see our little baby behind me, and look, that was a real like sexy. Pulled the headphones off without you noticing off camera. That was very good. We've got the huge build that came out. The video for that came out just a couple of days ago. Yeah, I think 2 days now, and that is, you know, my big Halloween theme for this October and for this 2021, and Halloween is a week away. And I sat down here this morning and I was like, painting Sam or getting a head start on today's actual work, which is working on Dol Guldur. I'm going to do that. So, we've got a bit of a different style stream, a little bit old school. We used to do terrain on these, and we don't anymore, but it's nice to do one every now and then. I'm just going to swing over to the chat. So, today should be pretty fun for you guys, I think. It's gonna be less of like a slick, organized, well orchestrated operation, and more of a peek behind the curtain. We're going to, I've got a rough idea of what I need to build, as in the region of the board that I should start with, but I have no idea how to build it. So we're going to be looking at all my reference books, we're going to be scrubbing through the footage together. You guys are going to get to come on the whole journey of the early part of the build that you never really see in the videos, which is me working out how to bloody do everything. So yeah, what we're going to be focusing on, I think, is here, let's just pan on back. You can see behind me here, we've got the big old Dol Guldur, and this is, oh, you know what I need? I need a pointing stick. Where's a stick? I don't have a stick. Here we go, a stick! Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. If you just have a look over here, pass your eyes over to the right side here. Well, this is the end of the courtyard, right? We've got the big old western side back here, and then this is the eastern tip of the triangle, and stairs come up from here to another tower up here, and that is where Gandalf nearly gets his finger chopped off with the ring, with the... what's his name? The dude. The Keeper of the Dungeons. So, what we're going to be doing is trying to build that little footprint for that top section of the Keeper of the Dungeons and his little execution bit, and then Galadriel walks up the stairs and she's like, "Oh!" and zaps him like into atoms. It's all very good. It should be good fun. So we got to work out the way that it has like a cool archway and the way it interfaces with the crazy staircase down into this courtyard. We've got to build, we'll probably do the floor tiles. So it's going to be a little bit more, I guess a little bit more freeform today in terms of format, because you're going to see me like trying to find things because I'm not prepared for this at all. It'll be like, where's my hot wire cutter? Where's some foam? So enjoy all of the chaos. We'll probably only go for about 2 hours, I think, and sort of just get a real head start. So the first thing we'll have to do is lock down on conceptual design. We'll have a look at the new kits. In detail, we'll cut some pieces off and start gluing stuff together. I think what I'll do is I'll start with the plastic kit components and then use those to inform the scratch build. Also, sorry if I have like a subtle lisp and look like I've been in a bar fight. I have this like insane ulcer on my top lip, and it's making me look kind of interesting. I've just noticed on the camera, so yay for that. But yeah, it should be pretty sweet. I'm going to jump into the chat for a second before we swing the camera on. We've got all the reference books to look at. We've got the Chronicles of Art and Design by Daniel Falconer. We've got Middle-earth from Script to Screen by Daniel Falconer. We have both of those obviously produced by Weta. We have, I think that'll be the only reference books with shots from that scene. And then we've got heaps and heaps of clips from the movies to kind of scrub through and have a look. I think that scene is actually only featured in the in number 3, the Battle of Five Armies. I don't think you see that particular location, but you do see some of the courtyard in other scenes. I actually noticed while scrubbing through various scenes in the movies, the scene where Gandalf first enters Dol Guldur and he like walks out of a ruin and there's this big sexy sweeping camera shot, is actually, they reuse the same part of the digital set and just make it look like a different part of the castle. It's exceedingly lazy and very obvious as soon as you start building the triangular courtyard. You're like, wait a minute, that's not the courtyard. I guess maybe they said that there's like multiple of those courtyards. But it was a good way to save design budget, I suppose, which they needed. Yes, Lockie is the mouth of Sauron today. So true, Tom. Oh, wow, we have heaps of people watching. So obviously, I did a bit of a shout out for the stream, so we should have some more friends joining us in the main video, and we jumped up a bunch of subscribers here on the second channel, so that obviously worked. People are probably excited to keep on checking out Dol Guldur. Fuck, I'm late with the project. Yes, Francesco says, I wanted to paint Sam, but also, oh no, I'm late with the project. Very true. Very true. It might have been a factor. I saw the idea and I was like, why am I not doing that? And why didn't I promote this properly? But it's good, so we're doing it anyway. I just knocked my microphone. Can you still hear me? Yes, you can. Jody says, everybody liked the stream. I think that's an excellent idea. We should take Jody's advice. I'll like it. Oh, I can't even do that. Oh, that's disappointing. James says, aside from the board you've done, which was great, I've seen it say, I've heard it say that it was really modular, but haven't seen it shown off in the same way the Rohan houses were by GW. We can have a look at the modularity today, James. It is bananas. It's way more modular than the Rohan houses. So much more modular. I get, look, maybe there's parity there, but it's very modular. You know, you could stack the walls on top of each other and the roofs and everything. It's a different style of modularity in that you're only really making structures, but I mean it's the same. You can just stick walls together and everything. It's great. It's really, really cool. Yes, it does look like I've been doing meth. Is the new terrain set worth picking up? I mean, it's amazing. It's depending on where you are, it's a bit pricey. We got shafted in Australia again with the conversion. It's like £40, I think. You guys tell me. I think it's 40 quid in the UK, which should be like 80 bucks Australian, and it's like 110 or 120 here or something. Classic GW. But the kit itself is fantastic. It's probably the best terrain kit they've done, I think. Like, they, as in Games Workshop. Ray Dranfield is amazing, and he's fantastic at sculpting and building and designing modular scenery. It's proper modular. There's been a big old change lately, particularly in the 40k space, to like these easy build hell's all over my glasses? Is like these easy build kits that are not modular. Like the new orc terrain and everything, it's not modular. It's like, you know, fixed walls that you can sort of put together into different shapes. Not really. This is wall panels, columns, doors. Make whatever the hell you want as long as it joins up. It's really, really good. It comes in modular? I'm getting one. Hey, Sylvester West Tweety. I shouldn't have mentioned it. You guys wouldn't have even noticed anything. I saw the book in New Zealand was stupid money for the equivalent of 51 euros. Yeah, it's interesting living down here in terms of pricing. Bill says, I've really got to watch this Lord of the Rings thing. It's probably a good suggestion if you're going to tune in. Yeah, 40 quid in the UK. Yes, yeah, I won't spend the whole stream complaining about the Australian pricing model. But, yeah, something needs to be done. We've got Momus the Green joining us from Greece. Dan says, goodbye, Sam. Potatoes were undercooked. See you, Sam. It's Dol Guldur day today. Gary George is watching in from Adelaide. Got my morning coffee, got my cat. Let the fun begin. Good combination. I had my cat, but I have to kick him out. He's not allowed in while I'm streaming. Because there was an incident where he nearly turned off the computer mid-stream about a year ago. Nothing to see here says, Zorbazorb is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he needs to. No, we beat Jazz to it. Matty Hogg, g'day, dude. Lockdowns are over in Melbourne. Fantastic. Congratulations. Mark Drive says, might finally get a lesson on how to make brick marks in foam. You know what? That might actually happen today. Michael's watching from the Netherlands. Frederick says, go, 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 go. Louis joining us. Evening, Louis. What better way to fall asleep than hearing Lockie talk about awesome scenery? I'll try and keep it as peaceful and not as exuberant as possible to aid in that endeavor. Thu says, good evening from Denmark. KS says, thought I'd missed it. No, remember the time is slightly different now because we've kicked over to Australian Daylight Savings. I can't remember what that means for the rest of you. I think it's earlier now, which is good. I think it's like not 11, it's 10 in the UK or something. Darren's watching from Ireland. We've got are kobolds interesting? That is a great intro. Thank you, Azurani Harlequin. That is lots of Eldar names. Dan says evening from France. Bonjour. Jody watching from Ireland. Yes, Frederick, you made it. I'm famous. Yes, congratulations. Everybody thank Frederick. This was his idea, and I wouldn't have thought of it if I didn't see that. Danny Entwistle. Going to be turning my ruins into a display board, I think. Good choice. I don't have the space or the skills for a monster board like that. I mean, even this is a good display board, just that top piece. And those bits will be removable. My local GW manager, Andy, is trying to convince me to try and get it done for Armies on Parade so that he can set it up in the store. But I need to. We'll talk about all that actually as we get down to the sketchbook, like what the process is going to be, the steps that I'm going to take for building the rest of the build. This is going to be fun. It's sort of just like a hang out and talk. Ooh, I have a smoothie and talk shop. Fruit smoothie into ulcer. That's an enjoyable experience. Tasty though. Georgie Ramstead from upstate New York. Nothing to see here says, you've been into Farmer Maggot's crop. I can't do a good Sam voice at all. One of the sickest things I've ever seen, and it's not even done. Great job. Thank you, Darth Cole. Jeff is watching from Montreal, Canada. First time I follow live. Fantastic. He's painting Warriors of Minas Tirith. What are you guys painting this morning? Lots and lots of stuff to do. We've got, yeah, the Galadriel shoe was 11 out of 10. It was top work. All right, let's swing this chat window over to my second screen, and let's start getting some stuff organized. So, what we want to have a little looky-loo is I'm going to grab some clips from the third Hobbit film, reference videos, and we want Galadriel versus Sauron Blu-ray rip. That's the one. So, here we are. You guys should be able to hear me. I'll pause the music. This is where Galadriel's walking up and going zappy zappy. She is. Now this is not the extended edition scene, unfortunately. That wasn't on YouTube and I couldn't nick it. Let's see what we can see. This is the area that we want to be creating. Awesome! We saw no wide shots because it's not the extended edition. So we can still see it here. Just wing back. Let me know in the chat how the volume difference is between my voice the YouTube stuff, by the way, just in case I need to turn it down. So this is that epic panning shot I was talking about, that sort of flicks back and forth, and there we go. Okay, so this area here, I'm pointing at it with my cursor, but you guys can't see that. The area on the left of screen at the moment, is that upper region that we want to make, and it's got that stairwell that comes down. And there's like stairs that are broken off and coming off from it. It's like an upper section of tower. I'm going to be mounting it onto a cliff. Let's keep scrubbing and see if we can find some other angles. Here's a nice angle. So you guys will start to see here the discrepancies between the digital models. This is a digital model right now. And the physical sets. They are different many, many times, and it's bloody confusing, and you have to sort of make a decision on what you want. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that is perfect. That is literally what we're making today. That's a great shot. So we've got that archway there. We've got sort of it tumbles down, and you can actually see underneath there is like a lower level of dungeon, like it keeps going like a tower before it hits bedrock. So I'm not sure, because I want to save wall pieces and use them for the internal of the dungeon. I'm not sure how much of that we're going to build, but we'll start with the top layer, and it might be fun to like continue a bit of it down and have some of it ruined, and then I want to start going into woodland scenics, rock molds, and cliffs, because I want this to be tall but not heaps of stuff. Let's keep looking. That's a good reference for us. I think this is where Sauron pops up and explodes it, so I think it's about to all be useless to us here. Yeah, we've got some ring wraiths. Galadriel says a bit. Yeah, get on with it. Yeah, no. Oh, no, Sauron doesn't come until after the Wraith fight, so we should be able to still see a few shots. Here comes... Oh, no, let's watch Elrond's entrance. Badass mode. Here we go. Listen to this. This is two big Peter Jackson
Are you in need of assistance,
bits of dialogue
my lady?
here.
You should have stayed dead.
Look at him go. Christopher Lee. He was 90 when they filmed it. Amazing. Incredible stuff. What Oh, I think I'm way too quiet. I am way too quiet. Let's turn that down a bit. Alright. So, you guys should be able to hear me a bit clearer. Yeah, video is louder than you. Alright, I've pulled the... Sorry, it's because I'm using random clips and they're all different volumes. So just let me know if I'm ever too loud or too quiet. Look at that, nice little kissy. So let me know if you can hear me over the clips now. Let's have a little scrub through and see. Oh, there's another good shot. There's a good shot. Let's see if we can get a pause on that. There we go. So there's another nice angle. We can see there. I mean, it's interesting because I know how this courtyard works, and technically that digital set isn't at the right orientation. Those stairs should be coming down more towards us at the moment, but they've just sort of built it for what looks best for the shot. Okay, good, awesome, thank you. I did a little volume tweak there. So I think we're starting to get a pretty cool idea of what that looks like from the movie. What we might have a look at now, I'll switch back to my face, is I might just have a quick look at some behind the scenes footage and see if we can find some actual reference of the physical set that they built. Because often that is really useful as well. So let me scrub over here. I've got a big old piece of BTS here. I think it's... Is that the behind the scenes footage? Yeah. 30 minutes of behind the scenes to scrub through now. Alright, let's have a look at this. So this is going to be the
Gandalf story.
We're going to just do a big old scrub through. So this is the main set here that they're working on.
That doesn't mean to say that those
we've got To the Audie McCallan. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That actually.
You're gonna know why he's left them.
No, that sequence was still that. We want to get. There's a big bit where Kate Blanchett is talking about. Oh, here we go. That's the set they've built.
In fact, we were lovers.
So let's let that scrub through for a second.
You may be a love child.
Shall we?
So let's. Here we go. Here we go. So this is interior Dol Guldur, South Tower. God, I cannot speak today. South Tower. Arzog hauls Gandalf out of the cage. This is, of course, when this scene was shot, and this character was originally Arzog. Interesting. This was all meant to be an Arzog scene. But then they decided, see, this is insightful, right? I wonder if the stuff where Galadriel executes this character, who is meant to be Arzog, I wonder if that was when they were originally thinking of killing off Arzog as per the book. And just having Bolg at the Battle of the Five Armies. Alright, so we can see a little bit of the set here. It looks like it's actually pretty close to the digital model. We've got that plinth in the center. We've got basically very little walls, just stairs coming up. I think this is Galadriel stuff now. This isn't particularly relevant to us. And now we're back in the main set. It's all sort of stuff about the main set. I think that's pretty much the only reference we've got are these sections here. We'll step forward in time a little bit. So here we go. That's probably the best wide shot that we're going to get of the real set. So that looks like it matches the digital model pretty effectively. We've got that big spiked archway, a big flat floor section, and then stairs coming off the sides. So I think that's pretty much the best we're going to get, the most useful out of that stuff. Now I think what we'll do is we'll have a look at our reference books. So I'm going to swing the camera around. I might see if I can just do it live for you guys, so I don't have to throw to the holding screen. I'll get the books first. I'll show you what we're looking through. Obviously, we've got this guy, which we'll have a little look at for building reference. This big one, Middle Earth from Script to Screen. Fantastic volume. And then we have Chronicles, Art and Design, Desolation of Smaug. They're our kind of big references. And then this is what we would have been doing today, but we're not. That'll happen next week now. So let's move this camera around. See if I can do this in a non-dodgy way. Whoop! Hello, everybody. I'm having a big hug right now. Amazing. Whew. There's my smoothie. Good stuff. We're all about behind the curtain today. The slick professionalism is gone. It's all about seeing behind the curtain. This is my excuse for being exceptionally lazy. It's great. So let's get one of these bookies in. Might be a bit tough. Hey, these are massive volumes. No, we can see the whole thing. We can see the whole thing. Okay. I need to buy those books. They are so good. I think you can still buy them. I found... yeah, big vlog vibes. I found them on Facebook Marketplace. That's where I got my sort of extra ones. Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. Like the conceptual design work in The Hobbit was obviously rushed compared to Lord of the Rings, and that's sort of like a bit of a big problem with them. But there's still some amazing work that got done. Some amazing work that got done. Look at this big vista. That is awesome. So cool. Oh, I've left my mic over there. You guys should be able to hear me all right now. God, that's sexy, isn't it? Look at that. That is gorgeous. Amazing references. So we want to find the Dol Guldur section. Here we go. Approaching Dol Guldur. Right. Hill of Sorcery. This is it. Oh, actually, look at this. I've been there. Over on this page, sorry. I've been there. That is the Whakapapa ski field. Those rocks. And yes, I can recognise a random wide shot of New Zealand rocks. How to know you've been studying landscapes too well. So, we got some great shots here of the wides. Some really gorgeous reference imagery in here. I'll try and get this whole pages in. There we go. We've got gorgeous wide shots. There's some nice reference here for like archways into spiky gates, which is useful. This is a good one. Can you guys see that? Yeah, there's a nice little spiky mouth thing with stairs coming out of it. That's kind of the look that we're going for. There's another good example there. Hope you guys, is that too bright? No, you should be able to see that. Which is a spiked gate with stairs. All of this stuff, even though it's not the exact scene, it's all useful kind of imagery to build up in our minds. Look at that. That is a spooky scene there. And here we go, Thrain. This is lots of reference. I don't think we have any set stuff there. So let's have a look at our next one. Kaboom! Middle-earth from script to screen. Signed by my beloved Dan Henner. Let's see what he says. I can't remember how many listeners. Dear Lachlan, I can't thank you enough for your hard work on Dora. Keep up the good work. Best wishes for your future. Dan Henner. You're adorable, Dan. I love you. Such a gentleman. Such a gentleman. Okay. Let's... Look at this, man. That is sick. That is a... Honestly, we could do a whole stream of me just reading these books and finding cool images. That would be really fun. This is a miniature mock-up of the set that they were planning on building in K-Stage, I think, at Wellington, which was the stage that they ended up flooding and building the huge wet set on. We want Dol Guldur. I thought I had it saved, but I don't. So we're just going to have to... I think it's before Metacells. Alright. I think we're... Oh, no. It's here. Yes! Look at that. Who needs tables of contents in a 500-page book? I have looked at the Weta Workshop set. I actually, Captain Snuggles asks if I've looked at the Weta Workshop environment, the big resin thing that they built. I've looked at it a lot. I was originally planning on buying it before they made this kit. And I think Declan bought a full set, one of my mates in New Zealand, who painted up this guy. Look at this little sexy beast. Look at that. So he painted up this guy and shot him over to me for filming for our battle reports. You should all go and follow Declan's Instagram. It is called Kurinia Paints, I think, as in Saruman. I'm pretty sure Declan has them all for the plans of doing this courtyard set. And they're really useful, because often they're quite accurate. For me, the best reference I found from them was I stole lots of images of the floor tiles to help me get the plans. Here we go. We are in luck. We have a photo. Oh no, I've damaged my book. We have one photo of the set. So at least we've got a nice close-up on the plinth. And some of the broken stairways, trees winding up through the broken floor. That's pretty cool. That's a useful image. Let's see if we've got any more. More shots of the set. Shots of actors. What do you mean shots of actors? What the hell are those in? Get them out of here. Alright, well, awesome. We basically got zero reference from our big books. We've got one tiny shot here. It's not a particularly complicated piece, though. I think we've got a handle on it now. Let's have a look at what we can do with these kits. Obviously, you guys have seen my build already. Why did I put condensation all over my thing? There is one really nice shot in here. If anyone wants to see any Legendary Legions, yell at me now. This is quite a handy little page, I find. It's got a good example of stuff that we can do with these kits. And I love it when GW puts this sort of stuff in. I wish they, in my opinion, there should have been 10 pages of this. It's great. We need more. Let Ray show off his mastery. And the painting guys, too. It's, I like the iron especially. The stonework probably is a little flat for me. I think we'll make mine a little bit more varied than just a kind of flat grey. But they're just trying to match the scene, so I get it. That's it. Kuranir Helyanwe. Thank you, Frederick. You're a legend. Everyone, Kuranir Helyanwe. Make sure you all go and check out Decca's Instagram. It's awesome. I should have had it pre-linked in the description, actually. I'll update that at the end. But it's a good little kit. It's a good little kit. So, we have some pieces. This is what we got to work with. Helpful? Yes, I thought so. So I've got some of it sort of sorted into pieces already. Oh, why? There's probably no music right now, hey? Boop, there we go. Let's get those tunes bopping. Shadakin says, I'm here, what did I miss? Pretty much just me having a flick through the, films. This is all the pieces I have left over so far from the first 12 kits. Or 11, I can't remember how many. I've got lots of doors, walls. You guys will have noticed that none of these gates got featured in the build. I'm saving all of them for the interior dungeon. That's going to be really cool. These are going to be like... Because Gandalf is stealthing around inside the dungeon trying to find Thrain. I'm going to have all these gates as like optional routes he can take. He can blast them open with Sorcerous Blast, but if he does, he risks alerting the Azog's Hunters models that are trying to find him on Sentry. Oh, somebody's knocking. Alright, honey, I'll come open it. 1 second. So these are they're the leftover pieces, which I'll just throw to the side. And then we've also got a brand new box, which I haven't opened yet, I don't think. So we've got at least, we can look at one full sprue. One sort of full sprue element. And this is key, because getting a fresh one is gonna be helpful. Hello, sweetie. What are you doing in here?
I want to paint one of brown things.
Oh, we can't. Oh, we did say we were going to paint one of those brown things. We can't paint it right now. Look, Daddy's going to build a big ruined city. Look, I've got my big spruce here, so we can see on this one that I think you get 2 of these and 1 of the other. Yeah. So this is like your walls and pillars and floors.
This little red thingy poking out.
There's a little red thingy poking out. So that one's pretty solid. And then we've got like the big detail piece here, which has the spiky archways, the gate, the stairs, the trees, the statues. That's kind of like our detail one. Alright, I'm going to hand this kid back to Mum. No. Nah, Daddy's got to keep working, sweetie pie.
Badger with Daddy.
After the stream, we can play some badges.
Come on.
I'll pass her out there. Out you go, cheeky girl. After the stream, Mum. I can... Alright, I'll pass them out, honey. So... Take him out with Mama. Don't grab the camera, honey.
Come on.
Alright. Child visit over. Okay, so... these pieces here, these archways are going to be absolutely key. And most important, I wonder how many of these we have, because I have been musing on this already, and I have a really nice idea to make these kind of come to life. Because if we look in our reference, yes, I do still have it up on the screen. Ah, damn it! It cut to the next shot. If we look at our reference, you can see that the stairs kind of descend from the archway. Here, I'll just let that play for a second. The stairs will descend out of this spiky archway, so I've got an idea to kind of flip it around and make like a kind of double archway on top of itself. It's the shot coming up just after this one. There we go. So the stairs sort of descend and come out from underneath the teeth. So let's start separating these. Might pivot this around a bit. It's a bit sort of front on there. So we'll take these little archways off. I gotta tell you, man, clipping, what did I have? Like 11 or 12 kits or something? It was like 35 frames of these that I completely like de-sprued. It was painful. Absolutely painful. So these guys go together. So they're going to be clutch. We're obviously going to have stairs coming out of there. But I love the idea of potentially like doubling up on that. So I'm just going to grab my other set, which should be here somewhere. So I think I've still got one left. I'm pretty sure I haven't used all of the spiky ruins in the big piece. Let's have a look. You'll notice I haven't used any vines or skulls or details yet. That's all sort of delayed for a later stage. So we've got our gates, our walls. These are supposed to be all sorted, but they're sliding around as I get excited over here. These are all my gate pieces. My windows and my arches. Okay, there's no spiky bits in there. Maybe I did use all 11. I think I had 11 spiked archways, so there's none in there. Let's have another look. I didn't think I'd used them all. I haven't. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So there's another 2. So what I'm thinking is that we have like something like this. Let's see if I can hold this all together. Ugh. Damn it. This is tricky. Alright. I'm thinking I do something like that, where I have like these spiked jaws that the stairs are gonna come out of. I think that will look really imposing. So at the very least, I'm gonna have some portion on the lower level, but this is gonna be the upper level. So let's start jumping into that, and we need to work out how much. I'll clean and glue that now. Actually, I'm also going to be exceptionally naughty today, and we're going to assemble plastic kits with super glue because I don't have any plastic glue left. So you can all judge me exceedingly, but none of them are going to be sort of heavy load-bearing structural joins, so we should be fine. But it may mean that I would drop stuff and it comes apart while we're building, which is going to be intensely annoying. So we've got to sort of clean up all this stuff. I'll just clean everything up as we go. That looks like the worst of it. And we'll grab a little bit of the old super glue. Oh, hello. You need to clean up there. And there. And there. Thought that was too easy. So we'll get these guys joined for now. Just so that they're drying. And then we'll get a frame up of this exact wall structure, and this is going to be the first thing we make today, is this little wall piece that kind of jets off, and then we might have a work at how that works. You guys can... Oh, sorry. Am I still on the cliff, the thing, am I? Classic Lockie, my bad. That would have been really enjoyable for all of you. So, that's what... Oh, awesome. I just glued these to the bench as well. Solid effort, Lucky. So, what we've got here, I've just tacked these together with super glue. These are my 2 parts, and I'm thinking I'll make these as like a set of teeth that the stairs are going to come down. I'll invert this clip, this pretty little set here, and we should get some dope stairs. Yeah, I need like a ping. or like you know, the chat bars that pop up. Only hearing tinkering is hilarious. Thank you guys. I've got the chat like right there. I'm just absorbed in my work. So here we go. Let's grab the... I think the best reference we've found so far has been the films itself, so we'll swap that over. We only have one stupid reference clip at a time, which is most frustrating. Galadriel versus Sauron. Let's grab up our reference clip. Oh, that didn't work. There we go, that worked. So it's this shot here, and interesting, this is what I was talking about before, about the digital model not matching the physical set, or at least some directions. There's no spiked archway there. It's not there. It's like half the size of what it is in the other angles. It's very small. There we go. So that's what we want. So we just want, basically, a little bit of ruined wall. The only thing that kind of irks me is I've got no top-down reference. So I'm finding it difficult to decide on whether that wall kind of juts out like that, or it's coming out at a straight angle. So let's grab some ruin pieces and we'll have a look. These are probably the bad boys we need. So we could sort of continue this off this way. Now, you guys can see my hands, right? Yeah, good. So these are ruin pieces. They're like, you know, the kind of classic incomplete wall. So we'll clean up a couple of these because we will use them. I've got two of the same here. I always try to keep like a good ratio. Really, these two pieces, you know, for symmetry should be the same. And I think we might even use the windowed ones, because some of them look like a ruined window and some of them look complete. So I think we'll use two ruined ones. But I try to keep an even proportion of the pieces as I use them, so I can avoid repetition. But in this instance, I think it works. And we can make it look more varied with the way that we deal with the very tops. So we'll trim off all of this scrag. Try not to cut towards myself, because this stuff grips and slips and you lose a finger. You can always tell when I've had an assembly week, because in the live streams I'll have band-aids all over my fingers. I remember when I was building this, I was like, and we were painting the Osgiliath veterans, I was just covered in cuts. And I was like, I can't talk about why I have all these cuts. Alright, there we go. Don't cut towards yourself. Immediately cuts towards yourself. So this stage was brutal. And when I built the whole city, I didn't do, like, clean up at the same time in a batch, because I knew it would slow down my time lapse. And also, it would have driven me crazy to have to clean every one of these. So I just wanted to get working. So I decided to clean every piece as I needed it. Which means that these pieces I'm grabbing now aren't cleaned. So that's matching pretty well. This stuff is so dark. It's really hard to see. I would think that wall is not, or like a big kind of orthogonal thing. Yeah, I think we want this like that. The other question we want to ask ourselves is, do we actually want to kind of exaggerate this a little bit and make it a bit bigger, just to create a little bit more substance up on the top? Is it worth throwing the wall in between? Oh, definitely looks like there's windows there. That's a good notice, old school. Yes, you're right. Yeah, we can actually see. I hate that it autoplays when I tab over. That's so frustrating. Here, let's get my mouse over here so I can be a bit quicker on the uptake to stop that. So, if we just kind of scrub back the tiniest bit. Yeah, there we go. You're right, there is a little window on that right-hand side, so that's definitely the way to go. It's probably not screen accurate to chuck in another window, but it might be worthwhile to make it a little bit longer. Just to make it a little bit more interesting for gameplay. There will be some ruins kind of jutting up, so let's get those pieces ready, our ruined toppers. So there's like this whole selection of rubbled pieces available. We probably want to try and get some of these, and so these are the ones that sort of go on the top. My only criticism of these pieces, they're really great, is that they have a different tongue and groove pattern to these. I would have just made less of a tongue and groove and made them overlap so that you can intentionally join them to here. Because that's what I did a lot, is I would shave off the tongues and grooves and then make like cool walls with holes and stuff in them like this. So anyway, these pieces will end up going sort of, you know, along the top here and kind of wearing it down. Get that beautiful little fallen bit there. I wish I could showed you... Hey Benji, enjoy it when you see it. Vanda says, I wish I could have showed you the wetter Dol Guldur sketch. Oh, that'd be handy. I've got my sketch. It's not great. It's not great. The other option too is to have like a spiked entry on both sides, but I think, which I actually think is potentially a bit accurate, but I think we want to sort of enhance this. So what do you guys think? Should we extend this for the sake of making a little larger courtyard feel a bit more imposing, or should we keep it sort of smaller? It might just have a little bit more substance, but the set doesn't really have a lot of substance. I'll get two pieces so that we can see an example. Give you guys an informed decision. We'd make them windows, I reckon. Because I got lots of windows. Oh! Vanda says you can actually check more YouTube scene with the extended edition. If someone finds a better scene on YouTube that we can scrub through, can they link it to me? Just post it in the chat. I don't know if it allows you to share links. Yeah, it definitely could look useful having a little bit, or maybe like just on one side, having a little wall. Let's clean up one of these. So these have little pieces there to trim away. So you can see that it's not a fast process, this like screen accuracy and design element. Like I must have spent like 20 hours like actually working out all the various components. There is so much thinking time and watching time and sketching. It's a real time sink trying to make stuff screen accurate. But, you know, that's the challenge and it looks awesome when it's done. So the way these work, Eeyore looks happier with a bigger one. He's never happy. So here's our, these are our column joiners here. So there's different types of joiners. Get that flush. There's different types of joiners that connect together. And then that allows you to kind of make that seamless transition. So this angle joiner will create a structure like that. And that turns it into a straight wall. You get the idea. Or if we use one that has, you know, 3 sides, it turns it into something like that, which is like that kind of straight angle. Yeah, I already have all the Nazgul Jazzy. Yep, Rob sent me over those as well. So they're being painted by Jacques, our master craftsman here at Zorpazorp. He's in charge of the mini painting burden, this supplement. So he's painting up the Necromancer, all the White Council, Sauron, or that is the Necromancer. Well, I think we've got Sauron as well. We're thinking of potentially doing like, you know, the flame version of Sauron for him to transform into. We'll see. I shouldn't promise things on the stream. Shark will get upset at me. Say I never agreed to paint Sauron as well. Although that hasn't arrived yet. But yeah, so it's all happening. We've got all the pieces coming together for the battle reports. You've got to make sure with these pillars that you do really get the offcuts kind of flush. Otherwise things don't join properly. Oof. Was Pippin in the White Council? I think so. I think so. I reckon we'll go a ruined piece on one side. Just for a little bit of interest. Yeah, let's have a look. The great thing about this is we can just do a little dry fit. We've got old school raises a great point that if we just do one side, it'll lose the kind of symmetry, which it does have. So that's how long it would get. And then carry down into the levels below. Versus the other side, which is just going to have that. Yes, I think the answer might be do neither or both. Because that does feel intensely unsymmetrical. And yeah, I think now, once you start to see it all together, that is getting too big. Once the ruins and stuff are on top. It's quite clearly not that big. Alright, decision made. We won't put any extra wall panels in here. We'll stick with screen accuracy. That's been our motto for this build. So what we'll do now is we'll just grab our joiner, naughtily use a bit of super glue, but that's all I have. The great thing about using super glue, of course, is if you change your mind, doesn't matter, because you just snap everything back. Whereas... Oh, get off my fingers. With plastic glue that creates the kind of lovely welds, it's very not reversible. You can, but you end up ruining half the piece and cleaning it up. Alright, we'll just quickly slap these in together. I'm trying not to get super glue all over my fingers here. Failing massively. That's annoying. Vander says he sent the YouTube link here, but it won't link. Post it on the Facebook group, because Facebook blocks a lot of messages that I get sent. Because I get sent, like, too many, I think it says. So it assumes I'm, like, some spam account. So a lot of the time people send me messages and I can't even access them. So make a post on the community Facebook group, and then I'll grab the link from there. And we can have a scrub through, and hopefully that will give us a little bit more idea on the floor plan itself. I'm just going to clean up this little piece. Thank you for finding that, Vandus. That's awesome. Yes, now I think about it, there was a scene that was the extended. It was just such terrible quality I didn't want to put it in the video. I think that's what the problem was. Oh, I've got a hair on my super glue. That's always good. So we'll get this happening. High quality entertainment here, watching me stick 3 bits of plastic together. But hopefully the rambling is adding to it. I'm a piece short, aren't I? Yes, let's get that piece ready very quickly before the glue dries. Oh, that was a good choice. Very little to clean up on this one. That one can go in there. And... Oof. I mean, one advantage with the super glue is it's certainly better for filming, as long as I don't drop it and smash it all together. Because, you know, it goes together really quickly. Oh man. The other thing I should warn you guys about these kits is you will constantly be spiking yourself. They're so damn spiky. So good. One True Healthy says, I was reading about Greek mythology and then I saw the stream started. Reporting for duty. Good decision there. Not that Greek mythology is not awesome. Alright, so there's our upper piece. Then we've got these little beauties, which will stick together. And then I'll show you how the columns work for the little pieces, because they're quite a treat. Get that guy locked together. That'll grab. So we've got this little small piece now. And then we just grab 2 of our... Oh, I'm actually pretty low on those column joiners. We might clip some off the new sprue. Oh, there's one in here. Have I got any loose ones in here? No, don't think so. Oh, I know where they all are. They're on those, sprues. They're on those sprues. They're on those vine sprues. Alright, get that one in. Yeah, been streaming for an hour and we've built 2 bits of plastic. This is high speed terrain, mate, building. You're all still here watching though, so it must be intensely exciting. Again, make sure you get these nicely cleaned up because you want them to mesh flush. Although, like, at the end of the day, it is a trashed fortress, so don't be too concerned. So how many of you guys discovered that this channel existed with the last video? Are there many people who were like, I didn't know Lockie had started a second channel? Because I think there's a fair bit of that. Alright, then that piece all tacks nicely. And then, I've obviously tried to glue this before. Some old adhesive on it from something. Ooh. Leopard spotting my Forge Word Cliffs for a 30k campaign. Iron Within. Lewis, that sounds awesome. Paul England says me, lol. Saruman the White. Well, Saruman, you would know. You know everything. Alright, there we go. And then we'll just lock this piece on here. Just like that. This piece has obviously been messed with before as well. There we go. So that will just lock down. Sort of slots in nicely. There are little sheets in there, little things in there, which I should have done first, so we'll just quickly do those. We use these little square panels, so they're like the grooves where flooring goes. And then when you're not putting a floor there, you just put in one of these plates to cover it. And it just completes the perfect brick pattern. Very, very clever little system. Very clever. Ray is smashing it. What did I say about not cutting towards yourself? I think I said cut towards yourself. Do as I say, not as I do, folks. So just put those little plates in. There you go. Look, completely perfect brick pattern. It's a brilliant little system. Jody's got an important update for us. Jody says, 150 watching, only 75 likes. Come on, chat. We can do better. Lockie won't ask, so I will for him. It's great. Jody, all I'm doing is reading the chat. If Jody's asking you to like, that's got nothing to do with me. It's awesome. Then they have these little beautiful toppy pieces. And these go down on the tops of pillars to complete the ruined aesthetic. It's all very clever. It's all very, very clever. So I've got like two variants of these. There's like a little one and a big one. So I'll put the big one where the biggest one is, and the little one where the littlest one is. There we go. They're quite a tight tolerance, which is good because it means they lock in. There we go. Look at that. I think we made the right call, guys. I think that is spot on for that little thunk. That little piece. Alright, I'm going to try and grab this YouTube link. Let me have a quick look at the Facebook site. Ah, here we go. Beauty. Oh, this is what we want. Alright, I got to show you guys this. This is perfection. Big sweeping wide shots of the location. Okay, how the hell am I going to share this without downloading it now while we're waiting? Maybe I'll just do that. It'll take like 2 seconds. So we're going to get some big wide shots here. This is going to be very helpful for planning the rest of it. And this is like, honestly, what a lot of it is. Planning, planning, planning. Are you going to be annoying? Oh, you going to be annoying? You going to work? I think it's going to work. Yes, it's going to work. Okay. Let's throw this into my reference folder, and then let's drag it into vMix. How easy was that? Big shout out to everyone who went and got the link and sent it to me. I ended up getting it from about 5 people, and someone posted it on the group. Let's have a look at this. This is gold. Solid gold. Look, there's poor Gandalf stuck in his cage. Oh, Ian, that wouldn't have been comfortable. Yep. The old little Radagast having his moment. Can you guys hear me nicely still over the audio? We'll watch through this scene and see if we can find some more shots. Oh, look at this. This is gold. So there's actually another section, which is where Gandalf's chain hangs off. So we'll have to build that as well. What we need to work out is the orientation in how that relates to this. Now, I'm thinking that it's directly opposite. So I'm thinking that this is the stairs, and over here, there's another one. So I think we're actually building... Whoa, what the hell? Well, well, well. Okay, let's get some... What can I do here? This is not cool. Aha! Alright, we're back. Can you guys hear me again? Alrighty-ho. Well. That is fascinating. For the YouTube lawyers paying attention, this is completely within fair use. Completely within fair use. Scrubbing through small excerpts for educational purposes is absolutely legal under fair use. But the YouTube will have filters set up because there are lots of channels that used to just like stream full movies and people could watch them, which is obviously, you know, breaching copyright. So they must have set up filters so that when you stream copyrighted material, interestingly, we didn't get pinged before. And I think that's because I had the sound turned down. So I'm thinking, and a lot of YouTube's filtering is based on picking up sound, because sound is often, the sound often isn't as modified as vision. So, I really want to look at these parts, because they're really relevant. I can look at it here, and I can tell you what I'm seeing. Let me just see if there's anything super crucial, because what I can do is just show you screenshots. So, this is going to be a little bit more clunky, so that we don't get banned again. At least it wasn't, for a long time. Although if you keep doing it, it may kind of keep happening. Oh god, this is awesome. This is the exact clip we need. Let me come over here. You'll just have to here. I'll do an interpretive dance with my hand of what I'm seeing. We've got a top-down shot. Oh, this is really helpful. Oh, Gandalf whacks him in the face. He spits out blood. See, I'll just do a running commentary. It'll be fine. Gandalf gets picked up, he gets, like, wrestling moved into the ground. Okay, so, what we need to work out here... So, like we said before, there's definitely another one of these that the Gandalf-y bit hangs off. And I've only got this left. So now I'm thinking that perhaps we can't do the cool teeth idea. I need to work out what's more important to the build. The sexy teeth idea, or the having the top accurate. Can you show screenshots at 24 per second? I think that works. I lost a few viewers. Everyone was like, oh, Lockie's banned, I'm leaving. But it's okay, we seem to have stabilized. So that one's... Oh, people probably just refreshing, that'll be what it was. So there's definitely another one of those things, and it's definitely directly opposite. I'll see if I can get a still frame. Yeah, so here we go. Right, this is the problem. As soon as I tab over, it starts playing. How the hell do I do this without... Alright, you ready? Pause! Alright. Now we're over here, I can just click through and it won't autoplay, I think. Yes, sweet. Okay, so as long as I'm clicking... we're not going to get juiced. So there we've got on the right-hand side, that is the piece where, that is the piece, sorry, on the left-hand side will be the piece we've made, and on the right-hand side is the piece where Gandalf's cage was just hanging. There's a nice top-down shot. It's not quite as wide as I would like. Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking for wide shots. This is a clunky way to look at it. That's Galadriel walking up the stairs. This is a really great shot for the courtyard, actually, that profile stair shot. Yeah, Galadriel keeps walking. Gandalf's finger's about to be cut off. I even had Zorbazorb music playing over the top. It must have been using a visual filter. That is interesting. Hey, look at this. That's the kind of wide shot we need. That's really handy. So we can see that it, yeah, we definitely made the right call. However, I was right in that this courtyard piece actually does this. It's got like an entrance and yeah, it's got this vibe going on. Technically, this should be in here. But I don't have enough of these pieces because I've used so many on the big cook. Unfortunately, I'm not looking at it on YouTube, Michael. I'm looking at it through vMix, where it doesn't have like a frame-by-frame scrub. Most frustratingly. Yes, that's true, Vandus. The piece where the Gandalf is caged it's like 1 and a bit archways. So it'd be like this, and then this, and this is all broken. But we could get away with just using 1, and that's where Gandalf's cage would hang. So that could sort of free up 1 piece to go somewhere else. But I really just need a few more of these, because that is like an impressive little element. Having that like that. I do like it. Let's quickly scrub back and we'll have a look. Pause. Alright, we're good. We're good. YouTube didn't catch us. We're too quick for you, YouTube. Yep, about to get... That's where he gets zapped and then they walk down. Okay, so this is our area in this portion here. We've got that shot. I really want to see if we can land a wider shot just to show the relationship between these pieces. This is that really lovely wide shot at the beginning, and this is probably our best bet. I really just want to press play. It'd be so much easier. There's close-ups on actors' faces, which, like, as far as I'm concerned, is just dead screen time. That's another useful shot. As we can see, it's actually quite an interesting shape. It's like a diamond. In fact, it's completely different to the archways. That is challenging. It's almost... Whoops. In fact, it's almost this. If I scrub back, it's almost this kind of look, with the cage hanging down in between. Interesting. Alright, so that is kind of what we're landing on. I think the only other piece that we could find is like the like a profile. Oh, here we go. I just want to press play. Yeah, I'm just going to move it over here for a second. You'll just have to stare at my plastic for a sec. I need to press play. I'll do it inside vMix. Yep. Spells will not save you, old man. Gandalf gets thrown in the cage. Cage is ripped open. There's the shot I'm talking about. But the big fire brazier's in the way. Yes, okay, I got it. There is a top-down shot. It is at 42 seconds. Pause. I'll try and land on it. 39, 35, 40, 42. 42. Damn you. 42. It only wants to land on certain places. We'll get there. Fuck it, I'm pressing play. Fuck it. Got it. Okay. Don't ban me, don't ban me. Alright, we did it. We're fine. So this is the widest top-down shot we've got. This is great because we can see the brickwork pattern, which is very faint up here. It's not particularly established. There's lots of skulls. And this gives us an idea of the overall shape of the top castle, which looks to be particularly odd. I think we're talking oblong. Yes. Yes, that's what it is. It is... Here, I'll grab my sketchbook. Let's do a bit of design, guys. Where is my sketchbook? Sketchbook! Sketchbook! Jesus, where is it going? Sketchbook. Hey, sketchbook. Alright. So... I'll just keep that image up on the screen. I do know. It's sort of diamond shaped. It's diamond shaped with cut off corners on the wider angled sides. So, let's zing on over to here. Where's my Dol Guldur sketchbooky stuff? What we want... So these are the sketches we've got so far. Let's find a little corner somewhere. And a pencil. Pencil would be useful. Like I said, we're flying by the seat of our pants today. It's all a bit less organised than normal. He says, but you know, is it ever organised? I'll let you guys debate that one. I'm not going to draw it in pen. I'll make a mistake. My pencil. A brown pencil? That's not what we want. Hey, pencil! 2 pencils! Right, putting one of those in the painting chest so I can find one later. So, what we've essentially got is... let's go up here. We do have this diamond. This is the nature of the tower, where one of these, you know, that's our little gate with teeth, and then the same thing on the other side. I think you guys can see that, can't you? Oh, it's a bit overexposed. Let me stop down. See if I can make that a little lighter for you. Oh, also, we need a new battery. What a good time for me to look at the camera. Oh, wow! Literally on cue! Uno momento, por favor. Did that work? Where's VMix? You gonna behave? You gonna behave? Good boy. So, let me just drop that down a little so you guys can see better. Pump it to there. That'll do for the time being. I hope that's bright enough on YouTube. Let me know if you guys are struggling to see or anything. Vander says today's stream seemed to be spot on. No lack of entertainment or variety. Yeah, we'll just... I put a lot of work in. I even contacted YouTube and set up them to cut my stream halfway through just to put a bit of excitement into the episode. Yeah. So, this, if that is one length, I think we probably want, you know, two wall lengths. So, and then we're going to have a cutaway corner of two lengths. All right, bear with me here, folks, while I math this out. Ah. Yes. Right, we're going to come into this problem again. So, this kit has one drawback. In terms of screen accuracy, the angles that I can make from any given piece are this, 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 or this. I cannot make this. Subtly different to this or this. Because it is not an octagonal piece. It's not an it's a hexagonal column system. But and what I need is 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. Here, let's say that, let's make these wall pieces a little bit longer. That's one wall piece. That's another wall piece. That's another wall piece. These are my ruins. Do the same down here. Well, we won't do the same, but just for the purpose of mathing it out. And so then, if these are my sides, I want to be able to just join this up and cut the edges off the triangle. That's what I want it to look like. But of course, and I wouldn't be able to do that with plastic kits. But of course, this thing is so ruined, we don't have to worry about that, because by that stage it will just be foam. And I'm going to do this entire floor with foam floor tiles anyway. So it is going to be fine. It's going to be awesome. We can still do the chopped off diamond, and that's still going to look great. No, there's basically like the Dol Guldur itself uses lots. It uses lots of hexagonal forms, which is why Ray chose hexagons. So Ray did the right thing. The vast majority of the tower construction uses hexagons. But every now and then, there's one join that isn't at a hexagonal join division. It's at an octagonal join. And you guys, in fact, in my build, I had to change one thing, which is the big towers at the back. I said in the video that I made them more condensed. That's because the lengthening portion of that is done in this flat angled diamond shape. So that shape is what's meant to be the 3 towers at the back of the western colonnade. But I just turned them into this. You know, just turned them into a diamond. But here we don't have that problem because we're working with foam. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have it like that. And then we will have stairs that come off. There is stairs that come off here. Sort of into nothingness. Into nowhere. And there'll be stairs that come off there. Boom, 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 boom. And then there's our big stairs that come down here. That Galadriel makes her big Cate Blanchett entrance on. This is going to be Gandalf's cage hanging here somewhere. Which I have no idea how I'm going to make. Probably don't have to worry about that for the time being. We've got our plinth, which is a square. Which is, of course, going to be aligned to those axes. So that is what we're building today. That looks perfect. We've mapped it out. We have mapped it out. So now we can work out the floor plan. And that's the thing we should start with. Now that we've got this shape, we'll now go and cut out our floor. And then we will be able to kind of start from there. And we can measure out the floor in terms of like length and value. KS says some thin plasticard beams could easily look like strips of iron for the cage. Yeah, that would work really well. There's a cage in the Gargant kit, that new Age of Sigmar giant box. Apparently it comes with a cage that works really, really well. So if there's any giant players who didn't use that cage in their build, because that kit has like heaps of bits, and they have any spare cages, send them my way and we'll imprison a Gandalf. Otherwise, yeah, Daniel Mackay says you can buy D&D cages from your local hobby shop. Dan says toothpicks would be a good shout. Absolutely. Yeah, nothing wrong with the scratch build method as well. So lots of options for us there. I still haven't decided how we're integrating the rest of the elements yet with these pieces and the remaining pieces, but that doesn't matter because we've got a floor plan. So let's cut our floor plan up, and then we can start building onto something, and we'll have like a kind of physical structure to work with. So let me grab some extruded polystyrene. I'll see if I can find a small piece that's easy to cut on camera, and not a massive sheet. Oh, here we go. Ugh. Got a couple of sheets here. This one's too big. This one should do us, I think. And, unless I'm very much mistaken, is that angle the right angle? Oh my god, it's the right angle. Huh. Brilliant. We could just cut this. I'm going to put the camera up now. Lights are going to flicker for a sec. Ladies and gentlemen, while I do a little bit of tweaking. Oh god, I need a new studio. This light is just embarrassing. He always misbehaves when we're on stream. There we go. We're gonna go. Look at that. We got the top-down angle now. Okie dokie. Foam fun, says Gary. Foam fun indeed. You could still build it out of toothpicks and then make it painted to look like iron. Ooh, the Cruel Boys Sludge Wrecker. That's a Sigma model, Orcs. I think, is that like, what's the sludge wrecker? Ouch. Alright. So now what we'll do is we'll sketch up our thing and we'll cut it out. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to grab some of these floor tiles and these will help us plan the appropriate dimensions. Not that it's really a big deal, because this is a standalone tower piece. Well, you never know. We may continue it down to a second level in some degree. So, you know, it could be useful to have this in the correct proportions. Let me just trim all these pieces. And it does sort of appear that my lamp is having a mild rave. You gonna stop strobing, Mr. Light? I think you are. I think we're good. I feel like we're getting somewhere now. We're gonna have a... And honestly, all I need carved from this stream is the... Ooh, what have I got? Tea! There you go. Oh, on that table would be awesome. Cups of tea, smoothies. Daddy's well looked after. So... hopefully that comment will go unnoticed. We've got a few pieces here. Completely lost my train of thought with the excitement of tea arriving. I think that's all. That's what you get from one kit. Is that right? I think that is right. It's not a lot of floor tiles. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think that's all you get. Very few floor tiles. Okay. So this is our piece, and we are getting three, you know, about a width of 3, and then this is where we want to go to the cutaway. So we'll line this up. We'll grab our pencil. That all looks right. And then I'll go like this. And just mark that off. And then from there, we want to extend the length of 2 pieces. So I'll just grab another wall tile to help measure that out. So essentially we want that to kind of be like another 2 lengths there. Far out. This is going to be a long tower. I do not have the board real estate for this. Well, we'll cut it this big to start with, and then we might decide to condense it. Because I am... yeah, I'm low on real estate on the board. Hoya says, sorry to leave you, but it's over midnight and I need to get that beauty sleep. Very nice. No, it is not tea with milk, KS. It is black. Black Earl Grey this time. Snatcher Boss on Sludge Raker Beast. Check that kit out. That's a cool idea. Oh, light. Stop strobing. We do not need to affect any viewers with epilepsy. What are you doing to me? Beautiful. There we go. Need a new lamp. Need a new lamp. Okay. Let's get a ruler and let's measure that up. Oh, look at that. Here's what I prepared earlier. So the length of 2 kit pieces, it comes in at... oh, wow. They're 5 centimeters exactly in width. God, that's beautiful. I love things made by metric people. We'll try and keep this at an appropriate right angle. Something to that effect. And then what's the length of this? 16. That doesn't check out, but anyway, whatever. Cool. That looks good. And then let's grab our other pieces here. What did we do? We did this and this and this. We line that up with the ends of these lines. So fun, I never get to do terrainy stuff on stream anymore. And then we just want to continue our triangle down, so that should touch that line. Ah, stay together. Get it lined up in the center. Yeah, that's as good as we're getting. There we go, and then I just continue that line down. And then we should have a golden little triangle. You guys probably can't see the lines that I'm ruling, of course. I'll just check it. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so that is massive. Absolutely massive. How do we feel about that being so big? I feel like it's a problem, is what I feel like. Nothing to see here is returned to us. They say, sorry about that, fellas. Went to watch the White Council scene in Battle of the Five Armies. Ended up watching the rest of the movie. Oh, that's cool. Lewis says, one of my mates was thinking of modifying the interior to make a Blackstone fortress. That would be so cool. Yeah, Zone Mortalis as well. Anders says, sometimes I get stressed about how many ongoing projects I have, then I check on Lockie and see he started another one. Yep, Minas Tirith, Osgiliath, Pelennor, Edoras, and Dol Guldur are all currently on the go. Yeah, it does have multiple platforms, but I think I might do one level. But I don't know how we get down to it. Like, I'd want to build a stairwell in one of these parts, or like a little stairwell here that goes down, but there's clearly not one. Because they, obviously the set was just built on a flat thing, and then they made it, and... So, I don't know. Maybe it's an inaccessible area, but I don't exactly make inaccessible stuff. Let's cut this out and see how we feel about it against the whole board. Would you guys like me to take the camera over to the big board and compare this size? That could be interesting to look at, I think. In the meantime, I'll cut this out while you guys decide. Oh, I've got children's baby rattles everywhere in here. Elodie's been trashing my studio. Alright, so let's get a big old sharp blade. Oh, sorry, Galeth the Plaguebringer. Can you ask your question again, dude? I think I've missed it. Saved me scrubbing up and losing it. I was going to do Helm's Deep, but it hasn't been started, so I'm not counting it as an on-the-cards project. I was going to make a Helm's Deep video back when I was still doing commissions. And the particular commission client didn't proceed with the build, so I was going to build, like, their board and my board at the same time, and then show you guys, like, I had it all scripted. It would be like 3 different ways to build Helm's Deep with 3 different skill levels and 3 different budgets, which would have been really cool, I think. That was a few years ago now. That was like Warren Rohan time. Alright, let's just make our life a bit easier here and make some really lazy cuts. And sacrifice all the offcuts and not be worried about it. Hey, that's actually a really good idea to check that my angles are correct. Where's my pencil? Let's check the length of this. Just under 8.5 inches. Yes, this is... too steep, I think. Sod it. It'll be alright. It's a ruined fortress. It's a bit wonky, it doesn't matter. Okay, so, Oh, absolutely. Galeth says, how well do you think the kit could be kit bashed for a Chaos Fortress? I'm actually planning on building some, like, removable las cannon turrets. Oh, that new sharp squeak of a blade. Oh, so squeaky. Yeah, I'm gonna make some removable las cannons. Jesus Christ. turrets and stuff so that I can use it for my word bearers who are in the glass cabinet behind me, and my sort of heresy era cultists and stuff when they get finished, and my Lost in the Damned. So yeah, I think it would work amazing. Obviously, it's a little bit small scaled, but it's probably quite well scaled in reality for Space Marines, because Space Marines should look bigger than structures built by cultists. Okay, so this is about the footprint that we're working with. It is pretty wonky, I think. I might have to change up one of these angles. How long is this piece? That's 21 centimeters. That's just over 21 centimeters. That's 22 centimeters. And this is 21 centimeters. So let's... Yes, that's a little wonky, that is. That should have been a bit shorter. We'll go to there, right? Will that work? Yes, tiny bit wonky. We'll get away with it. But I will just clean this up by a small margin. Look at that. Sharp blades, man. No tearing. Sharp blades are key. That looks like a better diamond. Now we can start to build some stuff on it. We can get a bit of this action happening. That's going to go on there. Gorgeous. Love it. Looking good. Looking good. And then this is where Gandalf's cage is hanging to an extent. So now we have to decide if this is too big. So now what I'm going to do is, Vic Vlog, I have 12 kits in total, I think, or 12 and a half. Rob just sent me like sprues in a box. So I got a bit more floor tiles. I got like a higher floor tile ratio slightly. So yeah, there's like, for instance, there's one of these in each kit, and I have 12 of these. So I say I have 12 kits. It's probably slightly less. It's like 11 and a half, or maybe slightly over. I can't remember. But I have lots of pieces left. But like, for instance, I've used all of these pieces. There's only one of those in each, but I've got lots of wall pieces left. Hey, Dioram, thanks for joining in. Alright, I'm going to swing the camera around. Just full warning, it's a bit of a mess. Just got to make sure you can see that everything that's here. Sometimes I have, like, you know, disclosure stuff just lying about. This is a bit unplanned. No, I think we're safe. I think there's nothing here that you can't see. Okay. Let me pivot this camera around. Where is the control for moving the thing? Yep, there we go. Whoop. Whoa, hello. Good to see you. Look at that! There's our Dol Guldur fortress! So, let's clean up this little bench space and let's have a think about distance. Ugh, this thing out of the way. Get my chair out of the way, get all these books out of the way. Got so much stuff today. So much stuff. Okay, here's some more sprues. So, I'll just move my mic over here so you guys can hear me a bit better. Oh, I've got two Samwisers that we almost painted, and my Keeper of the Dungeons. So this is the section... Oh my god, there's so much mess in here. It's ridiculous. Okay. This is what we're talking about. Is that on camera? So, this is where the tower goes. It sort of sits up here. And then there's quite a long stairwell down into here. So, this needs to fit on a 3-foot long board, this particular length. And ideally, not take up that much. Which is concerning to me. Let's feed a tape measure through the fortress. Okay, so, oh no. 3 foot is there. So this is 3 foot. So, well, this is a problem. So I think we need to condense the size of it considerably. Ideally, it's impossible. That tower is one of the... Yeah, it is a big tower. So we are making, you know, condensation choices here. So this, you know, I really want the stairs to kind of start about here. So it's really, like, meant to be about that long. What we might have to do is cheat a bit. So this is the edge of the board. Here, I'll grab a stick so you guys can see a big, obvious line. That, right there, is where our board edge would be if this was pushed hard up against the other board edge, which I actually didn't want to be the case. I wanted to have, like, about that much room on that side, like 6 inches, so I could have the stairways be attached to this half of the board and not the second half. That's tricksy, that is. Let's have a look at the back, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. This is a section... I've got super glue bursting open everywhere. This is a section that you guys won't have seen very much in that build. I'll punch in. So here is like the upper level, and then stairs will come down from here to another platform that's at about this height, level with this floor. So there'll be like a platform here with stairs, and there's meant to be like a chasm and stuff. This is a painful little situation here. So I think what I'll have to do is I'll have to have stairs come about halfway down, and I want this to be all like Woodland Scenics rock molds, like cliffs, like a chasm with bridges going out over it. It's gonna have to be 9 foot long to make this work. So that's okay, we'll just focus on getting this accurate as we can. So we just need to make sure that there's probably like 2 inches to allow for rock mold. So, if we put this here, oh, I don't know what the hell I'm spinning this on, it's getting real sticky. There's some glue. Yuck, I'm gluing it to the table. Not a good outcome. Let's measure this. So, that is 3 feet there, and then if I just flip that over to give myself enough room for the rock molds on the other side, that is what we're looking at. So, in saying that, the stairs does land here. So if we grab some stairs, now I think for this stairwell, I'm not actually going to use the GW stairwell, I'm going to use one of my own. If I have any of that spare right now, to show you guys. I think it's in a box that's buried, but I can get to it. Just so that we can work out the angle of the stairs. Where is it? Oh, it's in that box. Why did I put it in there? That was a foolish place to put it. I can get to it. It's okay. Is it even in there? Or did I pull them out? I think I pulled them out. Oh, it's in here. That's much easier. Come at me, stairs. Alright, so we've got this little stairwell here. Let's just get with that to come in focus. So this is just a stairwell from one of my own kits that I used to make. You can see it's much larger, which I quite like. I think these stairs are a bit small, especially for this imposing stairwell that Galadriel's going to be coming down on. And I'll come back in on zoom. Nope, that is zoomed. So that would be coming in about there. Does it look silly having a different stair type? It kind of does. It kind of does. I might have to use the smaller one. And the smaller one is actually much steeper. The GW one is much steeper, which will probably work better for us because it means the angle can be less sharp. So the thing is though, I did really want to have a bit of a chasm here, sort of about that long, at least. I wanted this chasm to go all the way down to the board so that units could move through at the ground level. That may not be possible now. I might have to have like a staired section that goes up to a platform, but like I need models to be able to move through this section of the board. Otherwise, it's too difficult to get around stuff. This is a complicated little build. Either way, I think we need to make this slightly smaller, and my feeling is that this is too long anyway. It doesn't feel right for the set. It might not be... It might actually be a, more of a square than a diamond, but we can't make squares with our kit. I mean, unless I did... No, that's the angle we can't make, so... Let's grab our pieces. Either way, it's too long, so we've got to cut it down. So we can slim it down. I'll just come back over to the chat for a sec. Thanks, Wilfred. Glad you like it, dude. The archways that jut out of the keep base... Yes. Yeah, that is an option, Jody, that we have... I was thinking on that before, that we have this kind of elevated above, and then the cliff, like, cuts back in. And we have, like, a kind of elevated section. At least, like, on this plane. So we could have this cliff section quite wide. And then just have, like, these jutting out, like, rock supports, like this. What I'm going to have there is some cliffs that cut back in, and, like, that's a rocky promontory that's sticking out. And, oh, someone says a little out of focus. Is it focusing? It should be alright. It's probably just, like, my face is in a different focal plane to this. So yeah, that could certainly buy us a little bit, but it's not going to buy us enough. So let's cut this down to start with. We will change our plan a little. And we will go... We'll mark up the length of one of these bad boys. We'll take that there. And we'll mark up the length of one here. And then we will grab our blades and our ruler. It feels too large, like when I consider the scale of the models that are going to be up there. Definitely feels too large. Let's just draw this up before we do anything, unlike last time. Yeah, that feels right. Alright, I'm going to trim this down. This would be the perfect time for the hot wire cutter. But I'm not getting it out just for this. I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing right now. You can, good. We're wild today. Higgledy-piggledy. Let me just check this for a second. Oh, I just cut to the wrong point, I think. No, I didn't. No, we're alright. We're good. We're in business. I'd usually measure this all up a little bit more than I have been. But in the interest of keeping this kind of speedy for you guys watching at home, I was right! Done it again. It does need to be cut that way a bit more. Does it? Maybe not. I don't know. Let's trim down these sides now, so that we get the proper understanding of the shape. And we'll go this side as well. So that is kind of where we're, you know, this is that collapsed diamond version. I mean, the other thing we could do is make it a lot smaller and just sort of come into here, but I feel like we're getting into the territory where it will be too thin. I think that's about, you know, if we consider that camera shot looking over this with Gandalf being thrown and stabbed and there'll be a pillar in there, that's the right amount of width, which means it has to be this long because of the angles we're working with. So, if we go back to our 3-foot marker, which is roughly sort of sitting there. What I want? Yeah, no, there. So that's the edge of our board here. I mean, we're just well over, aren't we? We are well over. So we may have to either modify the design or change it, or kind of have an overhang on this side of the board. I guess that's something we could do. So I guess another thing that will kind of keep you guys in a bit of the loop of constraints that I'm considering here. So this is going to be initially a 6x4 board with 2 halves, and then I want to take those 2 halves, 2 4x3 halves, then I want to be able to pull those 4x3 halves apart and build a third and drop it in the middle to make it 9 foot long. So, but in the meantime, and just for playability, I had this idea of building this end section. So if we know Dol Guldur, here's a drawing I prepared earlier. Where's my sketchbook? Here's a drawing I prepared earlier that is not prepared. Where is my sketchbook? There it is. If we have a look at this this top-down drawing here. So we've got this is the section I've built, the triangle component. This is what we're looking at now. The bridge coming to the thing. What I was thinking of was having this platform built in such a way so that it perfectly lined up with this other piece over here, which is the big bridge that we see Gandalf walking over as he draws the sword and draws Glamdring. That way you could take this and stick it there and have a completely different gaming experience. Have castle on one side, castle on the other side with like a big long bridge in the middle. And I was like, that's great because I could use it to represent like an Angmar fortress that looks completely different, or, you know, use it for 40k stuff or just for like match play with all of the open ground being in the middle. So I liked that idea. So maybe it doesn't matter if the part of the tower is sticking over the edge of the board. We could have this kind of hanging over this big rocky promontory. If this is the edge of the board, have like this big kind of cliff that whittles down and then hits hard on the edge. It doesn't have to complete all the way down to the ground. It can just, you know, be cut off where it's going to rejoin the other side. So I think if this is, realistically, we're probably only going to have it about that much higher to get, you know, 2 flights of stairs, right? I don't know if I have any stairs left. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's like 1 there. They got modified and puttied. 1, 2, 3. I should have a couple of stairs. Enough to test, I think. Yeah, I think I left stairs. Oh, and I got that extra box. So yeah. There's a stairwell. There's a stairwell. I don't know. Is this useful? Is this interesting? I feel like I'm just sort of prattling on today about like my thoughts as I design stuff. If that's at any interest at all, I hope it is. So I'm sort of just rambling today, but this is what my life is like. I'm still doing this. I still talk, just no one's watching. I just run around the studio talking out loud while I try to think all this crap out. And seeming as I had to do this today anyway, I was like, oh, I'll just monetize it. No, I'll just take you guys along the way with me. So if we're looking at something like this, 2 flights of stairs, ooh, maybe 3 flights. What do you guys think? 2 flights or 3 flights? It's pretty big in the film, hey. It's a pretty big distance. It doesn't feel very dramatic with only 2 flights. It's probably going to be 3. Especially as it's got to cut into the building. It'll be 3 flights, I think. I don't know, let me know what you think. So we'll be sort of roughly here, I think. At the end of the day, the main takeaway that I've worked out is this shape works. And that's all we needed to work out from this. Now we can go and start doing stuff to this, which I'm pretty confident in. So let's go back over to the bench. I'll move all of this crap we just dumped on it back over here. We've got these. They need to stay because we're about to use them. We'll put this back over here and I can grab it if I need it. And I will swing this camera back down. That's what we call a whip pan in the film industry. It was high quality. Shouldn't say we, I'm not in there anymore. And a great joy that is. Alright. Let's move the microphone back down so you guys can hear me. Gotta be big! Can you stand models on the stairs though? No, you can't, but there's lots of ways to get around that. You can build things called, oh, I have an example. For my own stairwell kit, I built some. Let's see if I've got any to hand to show you. Oh, come on, this would be a great, oh, there's another stairs. Put that one in. Hang on, I'll be back. No, I don't think I have any. No, I don't think I have any to hand. But, I basically built like an inverse of this, which was a little platform that you lock onto the stairs so that you can stand models on them. It was the Stand Anywhere Stairwell Platform. That was the name of it. It was quite good. So you can do that. Otherwise, you just get a big chunk of blue tack and stick it under the model and stick the bases on as they're moving up. So I'm not too worried about like having to put platforms, particularly on this piece. Like this piece is basically part backdrop and part like scenery, and really good. It'll be very used in narrative play, but like I don't envisage match play being a massive element for that part of the courtyard. The other courtyard is would be awesome for match play. Would be wicked. The big courtyard that we've built so far. That'd be sweet. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, so yummy. Love it. That's delicious. Alright, Jody says, does it have to be in the exact location, or can you rotate the position on the same axis a bit, and it might fit and you'll maximize the board space? Oh, Jody's an architect. We should listen to Jody. So, if this is where the courtyard is, along this axis, whoops, we could rotate it this way, but the reason we can't is because we can't use the spiky bits then, because they are locked to that really sharp, acute angle, which means it has to be like that. The other thing you could be meaning is that we could, like, you know, move this to the side like that to kind of free up a bit more board space, but unfortunately with the way the stairs have to join, it's got to be directly on that point of the triangle. Yeah. Here we go. Vandus has got a suggestion that says, your sketch of the board is basically left to right, all parallel, the long edge of the board. Why not make it angle so the main bridge and tower has more corner space of the board? Oh, Vandus, what a friggin' top suggestion. The reason why I didn't do it that way, just to illustrate to you guys what Vandus has suggested, which is a great idea. Ugh. So Vandus has suggested that instead of building it like this, keep the board the same, build it like this. A very, very cool suggestion. The reason why I haven't is because, one, when it's like that, it means I can do this cool joiny thing, so that I can do the flip it around and get more playability. But the other thing is that this join is going to be so difficult. Especially because it's all these different bits of fortress and castle that have to like mesh when you put them together. And doing that like on an angle is already complicated enough. But the other thing is, if I want to build it as a 6x4 and I build it on that angle, and then I want to add in another 3 in between. The angle will be like bang, bang, it'll go all weird. It's a really good idea if I was just building a 6x4 as one solid piece. Honestly, that would have been the way to do it. But because I want to make it modular and potentially expandable, it doesn't quite work. But it's a bloody good suggestion. Thank you, Vandus. So I think we've solved our problem for now on that front, which is just get cracking. Lord Gargoyle says, I like the chunkier Zorp stairs. Yeah, that's a really good, yeah, obviously I don't have to connect it, but I just love the extra modularity. Because, like, I want to be able to use it for, I really want to use it for Angmar. I think this is going to be perfect for Angmar. I think it's really, really handy. Remember where Arzog and Gandalf chases? He makes a portion of the keep fall on the bridge as he fall. Yeah. It's a big, big chasm. So that is like basically. I think you're right. Like I think that could be the join point. Is a big chasm with bridges over the top. It's a good question. So why not cut the tower in half vertically and just do it like that? We could make it shorter and just make it like a triangle. In fact, like, honestly, we may end up doing that. We may end up cutting the shape to there. Like, I'm not convinced that we actually need... I quite like that, Lucas. We probably don't need the full diamond. We could probably, like, cut that. Because this is a join, right? This is a join that works. This to this is a real join that these kits can do. It's that hexagonal element, right? So, maybe? Or is it too steep? No, it works. Yeah, that's a join that could work. So maybe that's the way to go. Yeah, the portion of the tower that's gone... Yeah, it's just the Gandalf part. So what we could do is have something like this here for the Gandalf cage and have it a bit shorter. Yes. Yes. I quite like that. I quite like that. This is so awesome. I really like having, you know, like the people to discuss this part of the build with. Normally I'm just like spamming several of my mates with photos and they're like, looks good, can't help. It's not Ben and Ollie's fault, they're useless. Alright. So let's start by continuing this structure. And having a think about floor tiles. Then we want the, here, I'll just quickly whiz back to our... Yeah, you see what the problem is? I think I've just worked it out. Yes. The problem is that it's not this acute. The angle isn't this acute, but these kits are only made to be this acute. And that's why I've naturally got into, like, developing it off a diamond pattern. I don't have the lady statue with the Palantir, but I'm going to do something for it. Because I like that idea. I didn't realize that was a Palantir until Ori, one of my mates, messaged me and we were talking about it. Obviously, it's a white Palantir, so I'm guessing the theme must have been that it's the Palantir from Minas Anor, and the Witch King has brought it to Dol Guldur for Sauron to use, and then they take it with them when they bail. I don't know. Does anyone know the story behind that Palantir? Apparently it's mentioned in the behind-the-scenes vlogs, but I've actually never watched the behind-the-scenes of The Hobbit. Larissa and I are like, one day we'll sit down and watch all of it when the children are, you know, bigger. And we can watch TV. So, here is this section. Here is that top-down shot that we've still got. Alright, we're going to gamble again here. Everybody cross their fingers and hold on. Let's see if we get blocked. Alright. Are we still here? Aha! We're still here. Hey, dude. Any tips with these kits? Probably watch the last hour and a half, because I've been rambling on about them for a long time. Oh my god, we've been on for 2 hours. This is supposed to be the end of the stream, and this is all we've got done. How is 100 people still watching when all I've done is cut a piece of foam and glue 3 kits together? But it's all about the design. We've been talking about conceptual design today. But at least the main thing I wanted to achieve was working out the footprint of the tower, and we've almost got that decided. So let's lock that down, and then I'll show you guys a little bit of carving into the foam, and then we will call it. Oh, it's a dead Palantir. Interesting. That's why it's white. Okay, we'll have to have a look. I mean, it has like a weird... It was a light source. It was glowing, so we'll have to find out more about it. But anyway, so what I'm showing you guys here is that you can see in the top of that screen, just under... on the very top left, this angle, the angle of the gate is way shallower. Way shallower. I'm just going to pop this back. Oh, wow. That is not meant to be that glued. This was just super glue. What are you doing to me? Super glue shouldn't fuse plastic this strongly. Let me just get my knife and we'll bring these guys back apart. This was a tack join. This wasn't meant to be a full-on... It's good super glue. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting these apart without a saw. I really didn't expect that. That is solid glue. What glue did I use? That's Aldi! Aldi super glue. Good stuff. Okay, well that's a problem. No, it's alright. We're stuck on we're on a still frame, old school Chris. They won't ruin us. We'll be okay. But yeah, so this piece I think is meant to be way less acute. We can see it in the top there. It's actually like a hexagonal join. It's like this. So I think someone was banging on earlier about like, oh, it's, you know, why not make the whole thing hexagonal? That was actually the right call. I think it's all a big hexagon. I think it's a massive hexagon. So if we were to hexagon it, it would probably be a hexagon of... Here, hang on a minute. This thing that we just spent time cutting, let's cancel that. Where did that... I've got a huge half-cut hexagon somewhere, don't I? I swear I did. Ah, it's an inverse hexagon. That's no good. It's basically the same size, or almost the same size as my, Oh, I know what I've got. Here we go. Hold that thought, people. It's this! This is the same size. Yeah, I think it's this. Or maybe even bigger. So, you know, you've got this piece, which is on the acute angle, but it's actually meant to be... Oh, this is tricksy. This is tricksy. Oh, sorry. Stupid Lockie. Lol. How exciting. Okay, so this piece here, this is the battlement from that big tower. So this is what it would look like if it's a hexagon, right? You can see it's bigger. And that is the angle. If we look at, you know, that image we just had, we kind of want these pieces to be on that angle, which the kit doesn't do, but I could, you know, sort of modify it to make it work. I really need these pieces apart, and then I can show you. See if I can get these back apart. Oh, wow, this is amazing quality glue. So I've essentially got the options to... Come on, you bastard. I'm totally not getting that back apart. It's just super glue, guys. It'll come apart really easily. Lies! I'll put it in the fridge later and pop it open. So yeah, we could go for that option as well. So we've got sort of like two different plans. We've got this longer version, which will have the stairs coming up there and the little kind of diamond plinth, which I think will work quite well. Or we could widen it, and then it wouldn't be as long, right? Because it would only be the length of about that, roughly. Yeah, so I'd probably be, what, there? Would end up being about that. And that would sort of help with the length problem too. So we've got kind of the options to go either way. Oh. Vanda says, I've put a picture on the Facebook discussion group. Let's have a look at that. Might be a good reference. You guys have been good hunters for the references today. But yeah, have you guys enjoyed this sort of style of... Oh, right. That's cool. That's for the Palantir. Very, very cool. So, now it's decision time, basically. We can... Where's VMix? There we go. We can probably more closely match this, but it would have to be a fair amount of kit bashing, or we could keep this kind of diamond form, which will look quite nice. So I'll have to have a think about that moving forward. But yeah, have you guys enjoyed this sort of style of terrainy stream? It was quite fun kind of enjoying the... yeah, I could easily clip it back with a saw KS, especially as it doesn't actually matter. It will be annoying for this one. Well, actually, that one might pop back. Yep, here we go. This one's going to pop. Hey, look at that. See? That's what superglue's meant to do. So I think what we might end up doing is making this. Is modifying it like that. And sort of cutting that together and joining it together so that it's on an angle not quite as broad as that, about that. That feels more accurate. So it'll be, instead of being this, it'll end up being that, and then turning into a hexagon. And that will make it a little bit smaller as well, a little bit more condensed. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Anyway, so there we go. It took us 2.5 hours to work out whether the angle should be 45 degrees. No, not even. Should be 30 degrees, or... I don't know, 45 maybe? Slightly larger than 45? No, larger than 45. 52. But yeah, so I'll have a play with that, and I'll give you guys an update, because I'll probably be tinkering away with this all day. I'll post a little update of how this section has gone throughout the day, but it's already getting to 10:15 now, so I think I'll jump off stream and sink my teeth into this with where I can watch the footage a bit more freely and keep you guys in the loop. But this was really fun, something really different as well. So if you enjoyed this type of stream, let me know. There's no giveaway today, but I'll do a double giveaway next fortnight to make up for it. We'll paint up 2 Sams, or we'll do something exciting. So sorry about no wheel spin today, Patreons, but I promise I'll get it up to you. Glue twice, cut once, measure later. Absolutely. That should be the Zorfazon motto. Glue twice, cut once, measure later. That's solid. Love it. Oh, Saruman wants to know, yes, has anyone got any requests for the book? I can review the book for you right now. So, the Mirkwood Legendary Legion is all over the internet. You can find that one pretty easily, but no one's really talking about Vanquishers, which is my baby. Love me some Vanquishers. The Vanquishers are beasts. So our last little thing, we've got the whole... Yeah, there's the 5 wizards. They go absolutely crazy. They can cast magic while they're in combat. Saruman can use 2 magical powers per turn. Galadriel can target non-spirit models with banishment, but they get a free resist. All of the attacks of wizards is always equal to their current wounds. They all get +1 to resist tests within 6 inches of a friendly model. Gandalf is fearless, and he gives everyone everyone within 3 inches can't have their magic reduced by can't have their courage reduced by magical powers or special rules, so they like ignore Harbinger of Evil. That includes himself. Elrond can have a free heroic strike, and he's a banner for everyone. Saruman, yeah, he gets to cast 2 powers, and he gets to his other friendly models get to re-roll a casting dice within 3 inches of him, and then Galadriel gets to do her insane zap ability where she goes full banishment mode and sacrifices all her power to deal out a crazy channeled banishment to anyone that can't be resisted. And Radagast can give people their wounds back on a 4+. So, and he makes them ignore difficult terrain within a... So basically the way it works is there's like a bunch of each... There's like council-wide special rules that are like they can fire in magic, they can magic in combat, and they get resist bonuses. And then each person has a special rule for themselves and for their friends. So Elrond can strike, and he's a banner. Gandalf is fearless, and he stops courage debuffs. Galadriel can banish people, and she does something else I can't remember. What the hell does she do? What's Galadriel's extra bonus? Oh, and they get resistant to magic within range of her, of course, because she's Lothlorien. Saruman can use two casts per turn, and you get +1 to cast. Like, it's awesome. It's really, really awesome. The Spooky Boy Legendary Legion is just a 2-attack Necromancer who can cast 2 magical powers per turn, and the normal army bonus for them, which is he gets to spend free will every time he casts, which is of course doubled because he casts twice a turn. Yeah, they really needed the boosts massively. Like, a 5 model army is terrible. 5, but they're awesome. I will be taking that to tournaments. It looks amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Kill Team battle reports are coming, Josh. We had some delays because of the models that were being shipped around the world from Ben and Casey and Ollie. Everyone's shipping each other their kill teams, and they all got, like, lost because of COVID. We've found them all now. I'm swinging back to Middle-earth for a while to smash some terrain, and I've got some big collabs that were like already locked in due to date, so they can't be moved. So now the Kill Team campaign will be happening after those, which would be good anyway, because it'll kind of line up with like the next wave of expansions and stuff anyway. So we're hoping for like December, early December for the Kill Team campaign stuff, but it's going to be Middle-earth for a good long while, all around that, because we abandoned Middle-earth for quite some time, and there's lots of juicy Middle-earth stuff to do. But yeah, I think that's it for now, guys. That was so much fun. Thank you for joining me. And even though YouTube tried to take us down, but we fought back. We fought back. I wonder if I'm going to get like a strike on my channel for that. I will have to find out. It'll be nonsense. I'll be able to appeal it anyway, because it's complete garbage. Alright. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks' time for the next live stream, where we'll be diving into Sam. Oh yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So I'm thinking I'll use this build, once it's finished, to be Cirith for the Cirith scenarios. So I'm going to paint up some Sams, we're going to paint up Shelob, we're going to paint up Shagrat and Gorbag, and have like a little mini arc here on the live stream channel using the board for Cirith, and then the main channel will do the battle reports. Should be really cool. And then, yeah, so next week should be Sam, I think, unless we're still doing this. And there should be a video coming out this coming Saturday on Halloween, which is the next update to the Dol Guldur board. But speaking of, I need to go and haul ass and get that done. So, I will see you guys in a week on the channel, and in 2 weeks on the live stream channel. Stay safe, and enjoy your day. Thanks, guys.